second race of the day for the Bikesports. It's the final race of the weekend. Tim Gray is on pole position once again with this grid set by the second fastest time set in a qualifying session which was combined with that for the RGB cars. Red lights go on and the Spire Sportscars Bikesports Championship race is underway. It's not quite underway for Kelvin Kingsley though, from towards the back of the grid. Finally he does get going. It's Tim Gray that leads. A good start there by Adrian Reynard from the third drive of the grid in actual fact. Wonderful start from the driver of the SR3. He's up into second position then behind Tim Gray. Looks like Will Brown there in third place. Richard Wise is fourth. It's side by side for fifth position. I think that might just be Tim Porter that is squeezing through in fifth place. And of course the man playing catch-up right at the back of the field is Kelvin Kingsley after he fell to get off the line. The field coming out of Palmer now. There's that orange Radical SR4 which we were looking out for in the first race but we didn't quite see. That's Oliver Cox, the only SR4 in the race, one of the older of the Radical designs now. There goes the leader, Tim Gray though, and up to second has gone Will Brown because a mistake I think has been made by Adrian Reynard. He's dropped back down to fourth position. Richard Wise now has gone through into third spot in his car number 88 for the man from Hemel Hempstead. Reynard then is fourth in number 29. And he heads on to the Bentley Straight with a little bit of work to do then if he's going to get back into contention for a podium finish here. Great is starting as he went on really in the first race, which he won by nearly half a minute. He'll have his work cut out to try and do it again. It's going to be a slightly shorter race I think this time because time is pressing towards the end of the day here at Snetterton. But no doubt he will pull out and have a good win. He was dominant in the end at Silverstone in the last two rounds of the championship after John Paul Ivy won rounds 1 and 2 at Donington Park. Gray won both of them at Silverstone, which I think dispirited JP a little bit. Difference really between Donington and Silverstone for Tim Gray was more work on the development of that car, which is a new car for this season, but also getting what he thought originally was the compound of tyres that he already had on the car when Dunlop delivered some new tyres. That really did turn around the performance of the car, give him a lot more grip, and so Tim Gray from Silverstone onwards has been in fine form. There he is turning his way into Brundle and Nelson. Will Brown in second place, Richard Wise in third place. That's a very heartening performance for Richard Wise, who came from the RGB ranks. Does have one or two drivers on this grid, including Tim Gray, and also we talked about Doug Carter a little bit earlier on. There is the Doug Scanlon car, number 16, and Oliver Cox is going very well in that number 57 Radical SR4. The man from Nottingham is ahead of Elliot Goodman, who was a podium finisher, of course, in race number 1. Now, Goodman didn't make a very good start at all, has dropped back down the order, and is finding it tough going to trying to find his way back up through the field. He's got the likes of Oliver Cox to try and find his way past during the course of this race. Bob Scanlon in there as well, of course, as they make their way across the line then to complete another lap of this Snetterton 300 circuit. And there is Scanlon. You've got the various blue and orange coloured cars involved in this scrap as well. It's a very colourful battle, if nothing else. You've got the 77 car of Baxter, then you've got the 50 car of Doug Carter. In the first race, all 15 cars that took the start made it to the end. We had a non-starter for James Brakeley in race 1. He's been joined on the non-starters list by Mike Simpson, I'm afraid, for race 2. So just the 14 starters for this occasion in the Spire Sportscars Bikesports Championship, as we watch Oliver Cox come through, defending from Elliot Goodman, and then Gary Baxter just behind in the 77 car, which is one of the SR3s, 1.5 litre cars. All of these cars by the age of the championship are motorcycle engines. They run in 4 classes, although we've not seen any representation for Class D this season, the up to 1000cc class, which might pick up the likes of some of the Global GT Lights and that type of car. But we've not really seen many out in this class for a couple of seasons, which is a shame. So Oliver Cox still heading this little gaggle through Brundle and Nelson this time. He's getting very well indeed. He's been racing with the Bikesports now for quite a few seasons. Finding it difficult going in Class B these days, of course, because the Radical PR6 is really the cars to have. They just about squeeze into the Class B, have the centralised driving position, of course, the Radical PR6, which is proving pretty popular these days. Just behind him there is the number 28 car, which is Goodman, of course. He's in one of the SR3s. There's 33, which is Richard Hardy from Abingdon in Oxfordshire. Another driver that's a very staunch supporter of this Bikesports Championship. As we watch Kelvin Kingsley closing in on the number 38 car now, which is Gary Patterson, Richard Hardy's teammate. They turn up to races together. As we look at number 50, Doug Carter in the blue and orange PR6. This was a new car for Doug for last season, but it's not going well, I'm afraid. His hands in the air, he's out of the race, and a moment up at Montreal, well, another one as he tries to recover for Richard Hardy, I'm afraid. He does continue now, though, as we watch Oliver Cox, who continues to keep Elliot Goodman behind him. This is impressive stuff. In the earlier race, Elliot Goodman did 1 minute 56s on his way to his best lap of the race, and he's been in the 156s again here. His lap's actually slightly quicker than Oliver Cox, but Cox has defended well, and Goodman, despite being on the podium earlier on, has not been able to find a way through. We've just seen the last lap board go out, and we can see that Tim Gray is well on his way to another victory. This will be the 4th in the row. As far as the championship was concerned, it was Jean-Paul Ivy that was leading coming into this weekend, but JP, as Tim mentioned, unfortunately not here this weekend. So this rather plays into the hands of Tim Gray, who was 2 points behind in the Class B championship standings, despite the fact that he didn't have a particularly happy Donington Park. Didn't feature on the overall podium in either of the races there, or indeed get the class victories, but it was a different story at Silverstone. And this Spire for Paul Nightingale team is going very well indeed. You can see the light on the pit wall for the Spire and Tim Gray Motorsport team, as Tim takes win number 4 out of 6 races this season in the Spire Sportscars Bikesports Championship. Well, let's have a final look at the results then. Tim Gray winning this time by just a shade over 16 seconds from Will Brown. A great 3rd place finish for Richard Wise. Tim Gray getting the lap record as well further back. Well, Elliot Goodman couldn't find his way past Oliver Cox, who got a great top 6 finish. Bob Scanlon, Gary Patterson, Kelvin Kingsley, they all completed the top 10.
OK, Tim, the end to a pretty much perfect day, I would think, as far as the Bikesports is concerned for you.
Yeah, fantastic day, really good day. All the cars have performed absolutely flawlessly. Second race again, same sort of theory as the first race. Worked out a treat.
Absolutely, and good as well to see not just one Spire on the podium this time, but 2.
Absolutely fantastic. I'm so pleased for Richard. He's been getting quicker and quicker. We came here testing last week, and he was really well on the pace. And so for him to get a podium today is brilliant.
Absolutely, and as far as you're concerned, next round of the championship is going to be, what, Rockingham, I think?
Yeah, Rockingham next. I can't wait. We got on quite well at Rockingham last year, but we struggled as well. So hopefully we'll be able to sort of put the bad result but the good performance, and put a good result and a good performance.
Excellent, well done.
Thank you.
OK, well, 2 second places at Snetterton, that must be a good day for you.
Absolutely, yeah. It's sort of my best result of the year. Very happy with that. Qualifying was good, and then sort of managed to convert that into 2 seconds. So very, very happy, yeah.
Absolutely. So is this going to be the sign of things to come? We're going to see more of you on the podium positions?
We hope so, yeah. I mean, if we can get some more testing done before the next races, that'd be good. Yeah, we'll see how it goes, but hopefully, yeah, fingers crossed.
Excellent. So, Richard, you must be really pleased to be on the overall podium as well as get a class win.
I'm really, really happy, and this is my first overall podium ever, I think, in bike sports. And to achieve it in a little 1000cc against some of the big engines has been just great. And as I said to you before, it's that the Tim Gray Spire is just an amazing car to drive. So if a 50-something like me can do it, loads of other people can. So it's been a wonderful day, really good.
Well, that's all from Snetterton. The next meeting is at Castle Combe, where we'll see Stock Hatch, Classic Stock Hatch, Formula V, and MX5s. See you then. Bye for now.